three Marys in the Bible. We're going to talk about them today. They're not the only ones mentioned in the New Testament, but we are going to focus on these three, and they are
Mary, mother of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and Mary, sister of Martha and Lazarus. Three completely different women from different social statuses, different ages, different backgrounds. But one thing that unites them all, except for their name, is that they let God repurpose their lives. They loved Jesus, they were faithful to him, and that changed the trajectory of their path completely. So how are we treating today's message?
Mary, the mother of Jesus, called when she was so young to embody the Messiah, and she was a virgin. Imagine what a shock. Terrifying, but at the same time, one of the most greatest calling for any woman out there, and she's called the blessed mother of Jesus. Mary Magdalene, 7 demons that Jesus casts out of her. And imagine what kind of life she could have lived with 7 demons. What they do is like they torment, they destroy, they steal, they bring shame. What a life, huh? And then what he does is he calls her into ministry. She continues being with him and with the disciples and helping and serving him. And then Mary, sister of Martha and Lazarus, she also has an interesting take on the social status of women at that life. And Jesus, for sure, gives her something to think about and to us as well.
Yeah. So we have heard maybe a lot of preachings about what it means to be a Mary and not a Martha, or to be both Mary and Martha. But what we just want to focus on in this story today is just the fact that Jesus tells her that she has chosen something that will not be taken away. And that is choosing to be next to Jesus and listen to the word. And this doesn't mean that we cannot also be Martha and we are supposed to neglect our duties. That's by no means what the Bible is teaching us. It's just telling us that when God has a purpose for you, you have to listen closely and you have to follow closely. And that's what Mary Magdalene did as well. Like, her life was completely repurposed, and then she's the first one to go to the tomb, waiting to see what has happened. You know, they were awaiting Jesus' resurrection, and there she was. She's met by the angel. And it's like almost a parallel to also Mary receiving the word from the angel that, like, Jesus is coming, you know? So it's like there's so much beauty in the fact that these women could have had so much, like, judgment. They could have been under so much scrutiny in their lives for not doing their chores, for being sinful, for being a virgin, and then somehow being pregnant. All of these things are circumstances that are terrifying. And yet, their stories mark them down in the Bible as some of the most blessed women, you know, blessed by God.
And yeah, when we think, there's 2 things that mark their life: the love for Jesus and the faithfulness that they have until the end. And we need to understand that when Jesus appeared to them, may that be that he was born in their bodies, may that be that he was born in their spirits. The eternity started then. And their lives were transformed. Because, you know, eternity doesn't start when we go from this life to the other life. The eternity starts with God once we receive him. Once we say, yes, Jesus, I believe in you. I believe that you died. I believe that you resurrected. I believe that you are in heaven, and that the Holy Spirit can come in your lives and start that eternity now. And that was what was so evident with all of these Marys. They knew that. They embodied that change, that new creation with the Holy Spirit, that they started that journey with Jesus. Didn't stop when he died. Didn't stop when he got resurrected. It didn't stop when he ascended to heaven. It continued until they went to him. No matter what kind of social position you might have, no matter what kind of spiritual position you might have, when Jesus comes, he transforms everything. He gives you a new name, he gives you a new status, he gives you a new position, and the eternity starts right then, and it can start right now.
We encourage you to take that step if you're ready. Please write to us in the comments if you have any questions. We're more than happy to answer them, to communicate with you, and we wish you a blessed day.
Bye bye. Till next time.